Welcome back to Boring Reviews.
Boring land.
Oh, just kidding.
Blasphemer!
All
Hello,
right.
Boring Review Nation!
Kind of pointless.
We know all things.
All right. Welcome back to Boring Reviews. Nick here.
Gabe, the Night Watchman.
And we are super excited as this year winds down to give you our top 10 movies of 2022.
Now, let me go ahead and preface this by saying, guys, we did not watch every movie, all right? We're both educators, we got kids, so we don't have time to watch every single film out here. This list is subjective, okay? It's basically the movies we saw and what we thought are the top 10 best films, right? With that being said, I'm always right. So if you disagree with my list, shame on you. All right. I'm right. All right. And remember, this is all about me. Me. So my list is the best. Don't listen to Nick unless his people. We don't know our each other's list. So unless his people or his movies, I should say, are the same as mine, this guy's wrong. I'm always right. Guarantee you, I will not let you down. And even if you do watch one of the films I recommend and you don't like it, just go give somebody else a thumbs down. But don't forget to give us a thumbs up and a like for this video. Helps the YouTube algorithm push this forward. Getting so close to that 100K. Man, that'd be nice.
Yes.
The kids need a plaque. You know what I mean?
Gosh.
Make it happen.
Hit that subscribe button. Over 90% of you watch our videos but aren't subscribed. Please hook us up, especially for the new year. Hit that subscribe. So, without any further ado, we're going to start off a little negative right now first, okay?
Absolutely.
We're going to start off with the movies we saw this year, majority of them in the theaters, some streaming, that were brand new 2022, that we did not like for whatever reason. I'm going to start off with one that I did not like, and I'm sorry, kiddies out there, but Lightyear was absolute trash. I love the Toy Story.
Basuda!
I love the Toy Story universe. I love the Buzz Lightyear character, but the movie was boring, and I didn't dislike it for all of the PR or the political nonsense. It just was a boring movie. Thank goodness I saw it for free on Disney Plus.
You know what? You didn't see it for free because you're still playing Disney Plus. Just saying.
Actually, through my phone service, I paid $1 million for that.
With that being said, okay, I'm going to go off on a quick tangent. Trey, this is for you, all right? Stop remaking films and making them terrible. Stop with the nostalgia and the garbage. How do you ruin Halloween? How do you do it? I didn't think I would see anything worse.
Watch the movies.
I didn't think I would see anything worse than Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. I finally saw something worse than Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers.
What's the Witch is the worst one. Curse of the Witch is the worst one.
Whatever it was terrible.
Oh,
it was
man.
bro. I'd rather watch the Rob Zombie than this garbage right over here. This Halloween was absolute trash, basuda. You should not have liked that. If you like that, Nick, honestly, that movie made me feel like we need to just get on the phone, say, hey, we got to pitch our film idea. Hey, Nick's already written a book. We could turn it into a screenplay, and we're going to do the Legends of Sergeant Baraha. Because if that trash got made, we can make that. Halloween.
Check it out on Amazon.
The worst ever. Other movies I did not like. The Pinocchio from Disney. How do you get?
I'm gonna watch it, but I haven't seen it yet.
Bro, all the Disney live actions have been trash. Disney's in trouble.
Well, Aladdin, that was good.
How long ago was that? You want to talk about the live actions that just came through?
Oh no,
they're not working out. And Disney, even with their Marvel content, I still haven't seen She-Hulk. And I'm a comic book fan. That's how Disney. You're in trouble. Their stock's about to tank like Tesla, bro.
Another film I did not like was Sonic 2, but everyone else did, so I must be crazy. I know.
Blasphemer!
I love the first one. My son loves the Sonic movies. Did not like the second one at all. I was super bored. Knuckles was pretty cool. Now, let's go ahead and jump into some honorable mentions for the movies that came out in 2022. I'll go first. I only have one. This guy's has 35 of them, all right? So, my one honorable mention, I want to put in the top 10, just couldn't do it. It's Black Adam, baby. A lot of hate for this movie. Didn't watch it until weeks later because of the hate. It is absolutely fantastic. It's a perfect no, but hilarious. The Rock delivers a non-Rock performance, in my opinion. It's a good movie, and it's a shame it's going to be killed off.
I love that film as well, and guess what? That's one of my honorable mentions as well. Could not get it into my top 10. I agree with you. DC going darker, sticking to their actual themes that made them a popular comic book franchise, and I think the job did a masterful job. Again, the only problem is that if you're not familiar with the character, they don't give you enough background story, but it is what it is. Some other honorable mentions for me. If you have not seen Black Phone, bro, Black Phone is off the chain. off the chain. Trey, another one for you, Analea. My kids love like the dark and the scary stuff. Like anytime they come out, we'll watch it together, whatever, me and my teenagers, and that's how our bonding is. We'll go to the movie theater. Sometimes I'm worried though, because they're like, while I'm even sitting there like, oh man, they're like eating popcorn or whatever. I'm like, babe, maybe we should see a therapist. You know what I mean? Like they enjoy that stuff. Finally, and like I said, my kids love horror. Smile. Now, Smile, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not for the faint of heart. Not for the faint of heart. Smile is more, what's the word? It's a psychological thriller, kind of like Silence of the Lambs. You don't even know if it's really a horror film, if it's in a horror. I don't want to ruin it if you haven't seen it. But I'll tell you right now, not for the kiddies. It should definitely be like PG-13. And the last honorable mention, and I
believe it.
I gotta do it. It's Wakanda. Wakanda Forever. Listen,
Jeez.
As a Hispanic, I was torn not to put it into my top 10, Nick, because they gave finally, Marvel, the only representation we had was what? America Chavez in a 22-second cameo in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Universe. So I'm glad that they gave us Namor the Submariner. Namor the Submariner's a dog, Nick. When I tell you he's a dog in the comic books, he's part of the Illuminati. But then you gave us Namor the Submariner, and you depowered him to the point where Shuri took him out? Stop it! Stop it! That just... No! She's the new Black Panther. Dude, the only reason I will put it as an honorable mention is because I think that the acting performance from Angela Bassett alone sells this film, but it was more of a drama than it was a real Marvel film, and I think that that's my problems with it. I just, in good conscience, I couldn't put it in my top 10.
All right, so there's our honorable mentions. Please always comment below. Let us know what your honorable mentions, what your top 10 is as we go through this. Let us know what you think. Number 10, we're going to do one at a time here. Number 10, I have Wakanda Forever. It barely made in my top 10. The reason why is I understand the hurdle they had to overcome, losing T'Challa, losing Chadwick Boseman, and the situation where everything had to be shifted and changed. They gave us a beautiful film with fantastic acting, amazing action, and again, this is someone that doesn't know about the comic history. I really enjoyed it. I got Wakanda Forever, number 10.
My number 10 film is actually a direct to Hulu film, Prey. But Prey, Nick, and I don't know, and blasphemy, I know. I don't know if this is actually better than the first Predator. That's how good it is. Nick, it's better than every other Predator that has come out. Prey is amazing. Other than Arnie in that first one, Prey is amazing. I love this film. Amber Midthumper absolutely kills this role. It makes you think that, and you see, she's not a Mary Sue. You know where she gets her skills from. That's all I gotta say.
Number 9 is, for me, it's a Pakistani film called The Legend of Malajat. My first Pakistani film I've ever seen, especially in the theaters. And this was an absolute masterpiece of a film. Great action, great music, great acting. And it's a film that doesn't matter whether you're Pakistani or not. I'm not. You're going to enjoy this as a film by itself. You got to check it out when it comes on the stream, which might not be for a little while, but look out for it. Definitely a fantastic international film.
Continue with the theme on international films. My next film is PS1, right? And PS1, you and I saw it together.
Wow.
Nick, this movie was really, he's like, wow. It was really good, very powerful. The visuals were amazing. If anything, and like I talked about this on a review about it, I think that the story, again, I was lost at times. And that's again, I don't speak the language. And sometimes the subtitles don't do it justice or whatnot. So because of the difficulty following the story, that's why it's low on my list. But it still made my top 10, all right? It beat a Marvel movie. I love this film. Go check out PS1.
I think you have it too low. All right. Number 8, we're looking at Glass Onion, Knives Out 2. This film I saw with my family in the theater because we couldn't wait till December 23rd. It's on Netflix right now. It is a great follow-up to the first one. I still like the first one better than this one, but not a lot better. What can you say? Daniel Craig is fantastic. Edward Norton is fantastic. Everyone is amazing in it. Go ahead and check it out if you have not seen it yet.
You know what? We concur. This is my next on this list. I love Glass Onion. Knives Out, when it first came out, I was like, I'm not too sure about this. Especially since I was upset because of Evans, right? Chris Evans, from being Captain America to now you're, spoiler alert, making him like this bad guy that's cool. And he did it, and he was so edgy, and they were able to do the same thing this time. I'm not going to give it away with who the guy is, but if you love murder mysteries, you got to check out Glass Onion. And it's free on not free on Netflix. I'm sure you know somebody with a Netflix password, though.
Get in quick. Get in quick. Number 7 for me is KGF Chapter 2. KGF Chapter 2 is another international film. This is an Indian film.
Right.
And this is the follow-up to the first KGF Chapter 1. If you've not seen any of them, you got to check out Rocky. You got to check out these films. The second one was not as good as the first one for me, but it was still a fantastic, amazing, crazy film that I really enjoyed watching.
Okay. Nope. 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 Oh, you thought I was saying I'm not going to be no, that is my next movie.
Okay.
Nope. I know that a lot of people are going to disagree with me. I don't care. Like I said, I'm right. I'm always right. It's all about me. Jordan Peele does it again. Bro, he is so masterful in his storytelling. And you've got to watch this film multiple times to really understand the message he's trying to get out there. Jordan Peele knows how to build suspense and horror and drama with what's not even seen, what's not there. I love his method of storytelling. Go check out Nope.
All right, we are running through here number 6, and I'm looking at Vikram. Vikram is my number 6 film. This movie is bananas. This is a crazy film. An Indian film once again. Kamal Hassan, you got Fafa in there, and it's just absolute carnage at times. Absolute amazing. You got who's our man? Sethupathiy's also in there.
Yes.
Such great acting, such great action. If you've never seen an Indian film, I would recommend Vikram as your very first one. Check it out. Right, absolutely.
Interesting.
Love this movie.
Okay. I like Vikram as well. Just could not make my top 10. But the next film for me, it's going to tell you right now when you see what I left off the list why. And I'm going to just tell you right now. You know what, Nick? This movie, Everything Everywhere at Once, with Michelle Yeoh, is everything that's right about movies, okay?
Ooh,
this
like
movie
that.
was amazing. And guess what? They did the multiverse better than Marvel. Guess what? Doctor Strange, not even an honorable mention, not even on my list. I'm going to tell you right now.
Nope.
Basura, that garbage.
I
Basura,
didn't say
all right?
garbage,
Basura. Marvel, you're... they're going to get an angry email from me. Like, this is who you should have had... what's new? This is who they should have hired to do it, okay? The director, Kwan, is amazing. The movie's amazing. I don't want to give anything away. If you have not seen it, you have to see this film.
I have not seen it yet, so
Bro,
it's not on my list.
To
I
me,
gotta check it
I
out.
compare it to The Matrix. The first time I saw The Matrix, you know how it blew your mind? Like, wow, I wasn't even thinking on that level. This is what they did. And I love the concept of this film. Check it out.
Everyone and their brothers talked about this movie. I am so sorry to the movie-watching world for not seeing it yet. Got to check it out. Number 5 for us here. Mine is RRR. This is another fantastic Indian film. This is S.S. Rajamouli. This guy is fantastic. Bahubali and so many other films. You got to check him out. RRR became like a worldwide sensation.
Yes.
Everyone here in the States that were doing movie reviews were watching it and talking about it, and they were all glowing and going crazy and giving glowing reviews. I know, it's only 5 on my list. It should be higher, right? Especially here on Born Reviews. We check out a lot of Indian films, but for me, I got it number 5. I got it as my second highest Indian rated film on my list. So there's still one more up there higher. RRR. I mean, you can talk about it forever.
Right.
Such fantastic movie. So many beautiful moments. The music is great. The dancing, not too naughty, all that kind of stuff. Phenomenal.
Listen, that's my number 5 as well. I concur with you. My daughter loved this film. Again, I told you she's in the world of dance. She goes to a dance academy. And she said the choreography there was absolutely second to none. Like, getting that many people, it was unbelievable. And I love the way that they actually fit the choreography in the story. So, you know how sometimes in Indian films, like, the dance beat just doesn't fit?
Yeah.
This fit. Oh my gosh, this movie is good. And you're right. I was shocked when other people's top 10s and I'm looking at them. And literally 6-7 guys that I trust that are really good American film reviewers all were like, this RRR film is insane. And they're putting it up there of the impact of this film, almost like what was that Korean film that
Parasite.
With Parasite, where everybody started watching it and it started getting
Very
Oscar
different
nods.
kind of film, though.
Yeah, very different film. But what they're saying is that it opened the door for now the American audience to
For
understand
people that didn't know about it. Yeah.
the Indian film industry, and that's how great this movie is. I'm surprised you put something above it. Wow, another Indian film about it. This is my top rated Indian film of the year.
Oh man. All right, number 4, I got Avatar: The Way of Water, the second Avatar film. I love the first one. I didn't have a YouTube channel when that came out in 2009, but that would have easily been top of my list for that year. Love it. I watch it all the time. So I was super excited for this one. I understand there's issues with this. I understand it's not perfect, but I can care less. Absolutely enjoyed it both times I watched it. And I'm just mad at myself. It's not higher, but it's just not as good as the first one, but still very, very enjoyable, very fantastic, and so great for me to see more stories from Pandora.
All right, next on my list, Nick, is the Norseman. And all I can say about the Norseman is basically it is Viking Hamlet, all right? It is Viking Hamlet.
Thor in there?
With a little bit of like Conan the Barbarian, all right?
Yes.
Okay, a little X-rated.
Haven't seen this one either.
I was going to say a little X-rated Conan the Barbarian because they show a lot. They show a lot of stuff on there.
Scenes.
Oh, bro, it's always awkward when you watch. I don't know why, but if you're watching a film right with your wife and there's female nudity down there, it's like, oh, it's normal. But when there's male nudity, it's like, oh, I don't even want to look.
Switches.
You know what I mean? I can't even look. I don't want to see. No. So with that being said, the film is amazing. It's by director Robert Eggers, and he also did like The Lighthouse. Yeah. He is so artistic, man. Anya Taylor-Joy. Honestly, this girl, going back to her the first time
do no wrong.
I saw her in Split. She killed that role, and I love her. Queen's Gambit. She is such a great actress. She absolutely kills this. Skarsgård, who plays the main character, Alexander Skarsgård. I mean, dude, his physicality in the role is awesome.
Tarzan. Yeah.
You have to watch this film, Nick. It is amazing. Out of all the films I've already mentioned that you haven't seen, I don't know if it's this. I don't know if it's this or Everything Everywhere at Once.
A tie. We'll call it a tie.
It's a tie. You got to see both these films.
All right. Ooh. So, top 3, baby.
Top 3.
Number 3, and this is why I said wow when you mentioned number 3 is PS1, Pawnee and Selvin 1, Part 1. There's a Part 2, I think it just got announced, was in April, coming in just a few months. I absolutely fell in love with this film as I was watching. I did not go into it thinking I was going to like it as much as I did. I was excited for it, but when that movie finished, not only did I fall in love with the main character that we don't get until the second half of the film, but everything is just such a... Vikram's fantastic. It's so beautiful, this film. And you got a lot of clever, witty characters in there who are trying to one-up each other. And they got these little side games going on.
Right.
It is such an amazing film. And for me, it's my top-rated international film. At some point, I had this number 1, I was thinking. At some point, okay, it's got to be number 2. I had a slide to number 3, but that's what I have at number 3.
All right, for my number 3, full disclosure, I literally saw this movie yesterday. So I'm going to tell you right now, I had no desire to watch this film because I hated the first one so much. And I'm talking about Avatar or Way of the Water. We've had this conversation. This is one of the things we disagree about the most. I did not get the hype for the first Avatar. And I'm in a minority in there. I just didn't, I know a lot of people loved it. I did not. And we've had this conversation. But my family wanted to see it. It was my son's birthday. I said, let's go. I'm going to be doing my top 10 review. Maybe it'll sneak in there. Nick, sneak in there. My entire family, my wife was crying. I shed tears during this film. The storytelling was unbelievable. The structure of it, plot, everything that's right about films. Michael Bay, pay attention. It's here. Okay? It's here. Yes, there's action. Yes, there's an explosion and big set pieces, but there's also story.
So much heart.
It's probably the best screenplay total out of all the films that I've mentioned this year, and I'm so glad. That's why discourse is so important. Nick convinced me to go watch this. I'm like, all right, fine, I'll go check it out. My kids want to get... You know what? You can always be changed. In my opinion, that was
higher than I do.
Dude, I love this film, and my family loved this film, and it was such a great experience. You got to watch it in 3D, which I did in the IMAX. I love this film. Go watch it. It was meant to be seen on the big screen. Number 3, Avatar: Way of the Water.
Love that. All right, number 2. 2 years ago, I had Joker, my number 1 film. Another DC film, baby. In that universe, talking about the Batman.
Woo!
This movie I've seen a few times since that first time, and every time it is like a dark, entertaining experience. You get wrapped up into this film, and Jeremy John said it best when he said it's the best depiction of Gotham in all the movies that have been out there. So accurate. And the fact that Robert Pattinson, who no one had any faith in, is he my favorite Batman? No. But he absolutely sold it, made it so much better. The way it opens up, the way it continues, the way they're not afraid to have Gordon and Batman make mistakes. Like when Penguin's, the difference between L and La. Are you guys kidding me right now? Yeah, it's absolutely a fantastic film. The car chase scene, oh my gosh, so great. Number 2, it was not number 1. I don't have a DC film as number 1, but I'm trying not to be so biased.
Nick, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Number 2 film on my list as well is The Batman. I'm telling you, guys, DC is stepping their game up. And let me tell you something. You talk about making mistakes. Go back and read Batman Year One, where Batman gets himself trapped in a basement and there's like cops searching for him or whatever. It happens. He's not perfect. This is a young Batman learning how to be Batman. I was upset when they were like, Robert Pattinson? Like when they announced it 3 years ago, I said the glittery guy from Twilight, the pretty boy.
He was on the ledge.
I was on the
had
ledge.
to talk him off the ledge.
I was on the ledge. And then I saw The Lighthouse, and then Nick told me about some other indie stuff he did, and now I understand it. This guy is bro, he chews up the scenes. He does such great acting without saying a word. And I think that's when you know, like, dude, he's so brooding. They brought back Nirvana. They made that soundtrack amazing. My daughter went out and bought it immediately, right? Something in the rain. Bro, it is... We're probably going to get copyrighted for that. But it is amazing. Watch this film. This is what DC is about. This is what comic books is about. This is who Batman is, all right? Not all the glittery garbage that they've given us over the years. And like I said, that's why I liked BBS Batman so much, because he was a darker, broken, angry Batman. That's who Batman is. Yeah. And you see the best about it here is that the line between Batman and the Rogues Gallery is so thin, bro. It's razor thin. Why do I mean by that? Because Batman in the Judas Project gets basically the entire Justice League almost killed and defeated because he has contingency plans to beat all of them. Because he don't trust anyone. Because he's that dark. That's who Batman is. You know what I mean? I love it. I love it. You got to watch this film.
Now up to our number one film. You already know what it is. We haven't mentioned it yet, so it's got to be our number one. And I think we're both in the same boat right here. Let's say it at the same time. 3, 2, 1. Top Gun Maverick, baby.
Yes.
Woo. We went and saw this film together in full Top Gun gear because it was our Halloween costume the year before. Woo. We rocked in with the aviators and the whole 9 yards, and it was such an amazing experience.
Movie theater experience, yes.
Watched it 2 or 3 times in the theater. I bought it on Amazon the first chance I got. I watched it 4 or 5 times. I just watched it with my older brother. He was here in town from Washington a few days ago, and several times throughout the movie, he's like, this is a perfect movie. This is fantastic. After the football scene, that was amazing. And it was fun to experience his first time as I'm watching it for the 10th time. It is such an amazing film. And you said right when we came out, this is the best film I've seen in years. And I'm like,
decades,
whoa.
Yes.
And every time you watch it, you feel... My wife, who could care less about watching new movies when they come out, watched it with us a couple days ago, and she said, it gets better every time.
Yes.
It's such a great film. I'm so happy for Tom Cruise and the $1 Billion Club. So happy for everyone that worked on that movie. Number one, easily.
I'm just going to say 2 things that you didn't mention. Number 1, and obviously you wouldn't mention this because it's a personal thing to me. This movie has not just cracked number 1 this year. It's cracked my top 10 list. It's bumped something out of top 10. That's how good this film is. It's one of the best movies I've seen in decades. Up there, when I said Endgame made it to my top 10, this made it to my top 10 films of all time. But not just that, Nick. It was so important because before that, we saw everything. We're movie buffs. So the minute that movie theaters opened back up, we went and we saw Tenet. We thought that was going to bring back the movie theater. It was empty. We went and saw other stuff. It was empty. This was the first time that we went to the movie theater. Nick, there were people of all demographics.
And it's not a comic book film.
No, it's not a comic book film. There were older people in their 70s and their 60s, 70s watching the film. There were young people watching the film. My wife liked this. My daughter liked this. My brother liked this. Everyone that sees this film loved it. And the fact that Tom Cruise stuck to, I think he saved Paramount Pictures and he brought back the movie industry. This single film explains to you why you can't just Netflix it. You can't wait for Disney Plus. You can't wait. You have to watch it in the theater because it's a movie theater experience. I'm so glad that Tom Cruise stuck to his guns, and that's why this movie to me also cracks the top 10, because it also meant something for the movie industry. It was the first comic book film, like you said, that made over $1 billion, other than Avatar. Obviously, we'll do it now. And that just shows, yes, people want and have that hunger for the film industry, and they want to see it at theaters. And man, I love this film so much. I can't say anything more about it.
You said it. They say Paramount for about 6 months because Babylon is crushing Paramount and their investment in that film.
Right.
But with all that being said, that is our top 10. That is our honorable mention. I do want to mention 2 real quick honorable mentions I forgot about, and that's The Gray Man and The Adam Project on Netflix. Absolutely love those as well. Yes. But not near my top 10. Let us know what you think about our list. Give us your list. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time,
we know all things.